Hi, this is Dr. Albert Zandvoort. Today I would like to talk to you about a very important topic, namely goal setting and personal vision. The first question we need to ask ourselves is, why do we want to set goals? So let's have a look at what some people have said. If you look at a person like Viktor Frankl, Viktor Frankl was a famous Austrian psychologist and psychiatrist who managed to survive the concentration camps of Auschwitz in the Second World War. Now you might think, what does that have to do with us? I mean, we are now here in 2014, but it was a very important thing that he found. Let's look at the quote by Viktor Frankl. He says, "The truth is that as the struggle for survival has subsided, the question has emerged, survival for what? Ever more people today have the means to live, but no meaning to live for." So the key thing for us today is to start thinking about, why are we here? How can we find meaning in our lives? What is important for us? And how do we set goals around that? So what are the different areas for goal setting that we need to consider? Let's have a look. The first area for goal setting is career. And that may not be the most important one for you right now. You may already have a very good career, but maybe you want to improve something. So ask yourself the questions, what level do I want to reach in my career? And what do I want to achieve? Is there something more meaningful, something more interesting? So those are the kinds of questions you want to ask yourself when you think about goal setting for your career. The second one is financial. So what do I want to earn? Maybe you're already earning enough. Maybe you want to earn more. What does money actually mean for you? For most people, money just means freedom. Do you need more of that? Then maybe you need to set some goals around your financial objectives. Education, our third one. What do you want in terms of education? Do you need new skills, new knowledge, new insights? Perhaps you need a degree or a postgraduate degree. How could you do that? So maybe you need to set a goal around your educational objectives. And then, of course, family. Do you have a family? Do you want a family? And what are you like? Are you a good parent? Would you want to be a better parent? In your extended family, what would that be like? So some objectives around family life, perhaps. And as we know from the research, most people find that when they are in a family that is loving and secure, they actually find it easier to achieve their objectives. So maybe that might be one of your first ones. Some of us have some artistic goals. Maybe you want to paint, maybe you want to sculpt, maybe you want to write. That could be something that has been long hidden and that has now come to the fore. You think about that. So, when are you going to publish your next book? When is your next painting ready? And attitude. Sometimes we really get blocked by our attitude. So maybe you have some unhelpful attitudes, some unhelpful thinking that holds you back. And if that is true, you may have to set an objective or a goal around how to change your attitude, how to change your thinking. Some physical objectives perhaps, some physical goals. Maybe you want to just get fit. Maybe you want to run a marathon, get really athletic. Or maybe you just want to live into a ripe old age, staying really, really healthy. Some people really want to do something of service to others. So maybe you want to start a charity, maybe you want to help the disadvantaged, or maybe you just want to get onto the board of your children's school, just to have a voice and to help the kids along. Or maybe you want to work in the deprived area and do something good for the people there. So that is some of the things that you may want to think about in terms of public service. Spiritual, a difficult one. Maybe you have a faith, maybe you don't. Maybe you engage in spiritual practices, maybe you don't. Is that important for you? Do you want to feel a bigger connectedness with the universe? Do you want to meditate? What are the things that you really want to do that may lead to a more healthy and more fulfilling spiritual life? and perhaps you may want to form some objectives and goals around that area. And finally, straightforward pleasure. What do you do for pleasure? What are the things that you just simply enjoy and maybe you're not doing enough of? So maybe you want to go more for a bike ride, you bicycle out, go canoeing, take a flying lesson, whatever, something that really will give you pleasure. What could that be? Maybe you want to think about some objectives around that. So, just to end our little clip today, what are some of the practical things that you could be doing just to start thinking about this? Now, firstly, carefully consider all of these areas in your life that I've just mentioned. Think about each one of them, not necessarily in the same order that I gave them to you, but think which ones are really important to you and where would you like to change something. And then have a conversation with some significant others, some family, some friends, people who like you, people who care about you, people who love you, and who are really important to you. And get some feedback from them and then really clarify your mind. And then in the next session, we'll take this to the next level and I'll give you some advice on how you can actually bring this into practice. Thank you.